Hello, everybody!
Hello!
Welcome to the first episode of Halcyon! And today we have here with us...
Hello, it's me, Mango.
Oh, is the audio okay? Can you hear us well?
Do tell us.
Like
We are
with the BGM and... Audio's good? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for checking.
Yay!
So I'm really excited to have Mango here. It's been such a long time since we collabed together. I actually don't. Was it the
I
Kiwi?
don't remember.
I think
what
it
was
Kiwi.
the last time?
But
no, like, I think. Wait, no. When was it? I think the last time was when we did Project Winter. Was it?
Was it? Wait, Project Winter was... I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Too long, but finally we're back together. The burps are back, and today, it's a special occasion because the first episode, and who could be a better fit for the first ever Halcyon episode than Mango? So,
I love
yeah. If you guys have seen the Twitter post, you know that our main topic today is mental health, in particular depression. So we got some submissions for the topic. Thank you so much. Let's just say some of them are. I'm not sure if we can talk about all of them today, to be honest. Because yeah, we have a certain schedule, and we're gonna see how much we can read. If we cannot manage today, we will do it on another occasion.
Then we'll be back.
Yay! So yeah, I think this is a very personal topic for both of us, and we have been thinking what we want to talk about, and yeah, how are you, Mango? Thank you so much for the raid, Gusling. Welcome.
Hi guys, welcome.
Yeah.
How am I? In what context are you asking me this
Like
now?
honestly, how do you feel? How was your week? I guess like whatever comes up to your mind.
Yeah, I mean, today's talk is about mental health, of course, and we're just gonna jump right into it. Like mental health. No, but I have my ups and downs. I would say that this week has been pretty good because I went to Gamescom and I hung out with my friends and stuff. So a lot of socializing, but now I'm just kind of physically I'm still dead from socializing such much.
Yeah. Oh god, I have that too. I remember now in Japan, I live in Japan, I don't have these cons anymore. There was more European thing in Germany. There were several cons, meeting people. It was fun, but so exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I think we're both kind of like introverted beings, and like these cons, they really just drain you socially.
Yeah, especially it's not only usually one day. Like it's a whole
like,
weekend at least.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like okay, now Gamescom was in the middle of the week. But at some point, yeah, you're really looking forward to it. Have a lot of things you plan for, but at the end, you're
glad it's over.
Yeah, you're really glad it's over. And
you're just like, well, I can't wait to be home and just sleep.
What do you do to recover?
I mean, for me, I just lay and sleep. Honestly, like I just become a little hermit and just like do my own thing for a while.
Yeah. I think
Just
yeah,
yeah.
that's also something. I just some people are like they want to talk about what they experienced together. Maybe they have like a group chat, are really active and would share pictures and all that. And I feel like I'm also the person who's just like, it's not like I want to be mean or anything, but I just don't need time for myself and just stop talking to friends.
No, I totally get that. I don't think that's mean. It's just like you just need to recover a bit, and once you've recovered, then you can talk about everything again.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
okay, let me just have like 2-3 days to myself, and then I can tell you all about what I did.
yeah.
I don't think that's mean.
No, I don't think so too.
Mhm.
You just have to make sure to communicate it, I guess, with the people. Because
Yeah,
some
because yeah,
definitely don't understand. Don't.
yeah, some
Mm,
people are not like this, and they haven't experienced a person who is like this, and in that case, you will have to like communicate properly. Like, hey, after the con, you're not gonna see me for like 3 days, but after that, I'll be back.
I mean, I feel like like that in general. Like people that just
Mm.
don't expect from me. I talked about this on stream before previously as well. People just don't expect like an answer right away from me because I'm just so bad at
Yeah,
replying.
it's like you send her a message, and you're just like, I guess I'll hear from her for like next week or something. Like,
Yeah. I just need some time.
yeah,
Some people know that if I'm too quiet, I guess some people actually notice that something may be wrong with me. I mean, like whenever I feel overwhelmed, down, I just tend to be. I just want to be alone by myself.
yeah.
How are you? Like,
I think we both have this bad habit that where we we've talked about this. We've talked about it being
yeah,
like, man, we have to stop doing this. But we both have this very bad habit of when we are not doing too good, and we're feeling a bit down, that we tend to isolate ourselves, and then we just don't talk to anyone, and we don't talk to each other either.
mm,
And then after we feel a little bit better, we like come back to each other, and we're like, why do we keep doing this? Why are we isolating again? Why don't we just talk to each other?
yeah. Even though like we kind of know if we would just reach out to somebody, we might feel better afterwards.
Yeah,
But
100%. It's just hard to reach out because you kind of feel like, at least for me, I kind of feel like a burden,
yeah, yeah,
you know?
definitely, definitely. Especially, especially, like among like VTubers, right? You
Yeah.
just know what's going on. You're so busy, and
Yeah.
real life friends, they have their own life. It's just you don't want to cause extra trouble for them.
Yeah, that's how I feel also. Like, I just don't want to burden my friends. But on the other hand, I'm also like, if a friend came to me and told me what was up, I wouldn't feel like it was a burden, you know? And I
Yeah.
know that my friends feel this way also, but still, to shake that feeling is just kind of hard.
Mm. I still remember the first time you approached me. Like, I don't know if the seekers or, well, chat knows how we met. Do you remember?
I don't remember. Like, I knew we met through Twitter, and that you invited me to a Discord or something.
But yeah,
But I
before
think,
that, we were only
yeah.
talking on Twitter. And at some point, you were feeling really down because something sad happened.
Yeah.
and you reach out to me. Wait, was it on Twitter or was it on Discord? I'm not
No,
sure.
I remember a family member of mine had passed away, and I had no one to talk to at that time, and I don't know why, but I felt so comfortable with you, even though we've only been talking so briefly, that I was like, I'm just gonna chat with Fumi about this, and I kind of opened up to you, and I think you responded really well, and in that moment we became besties.
Yes. So that was, I don't know. It just clicked, like, for you, for me, and think we could just help each other out at that point. And I don't know. Is it easier for like maybe reaching out to people who you don't know well? Like you don't have to. You don't have that mindset of like I might burden them, or
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in general it's a lot easier to reach out to people you don't really know well, because I guess maybe there's less of a chance of burdening them and feeling judged. You know? Maybe.
I feel like I'm very different there. I could never like that was something very personal, and if I don't know the person, I just have big trust issues.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really look up to people who can just do that. So I mean, it's not easy, but how else is out they're more open for it, for I guess making new friendships, trusting people.
Yeah, I guess like it's a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. Like I hear that a lot, that people tell me like, Mango, you're too nice, you're too trusting, and I like being this way. I don't mind this, but sometimes it lands me in not great situations. But
is there anything particular you're thinking of? Anything?
I think mostly like sometimes because I'm so nice to people, it can cause a lot of misunderstanding, like that people are misreading my intentions, and that can cause misunderstandings. And I think it's mostly that, like stuff like that always ends up kind of awkward and uncomfortable, and then I have to like clear the air, and then I end up, basically no longer talking to that person.
Misunderstandings. Yeah, that's a huge thing as well. But well, with me you're communicating really well. But
yeah,
I can see why you're saying that about yourself though. I have to add. Because
like
I just hear a lot from you, like how you interact with others too. So it's just so hard to talk about everything, to explain everything.
Exactly. Like for example, when we like Fuyumi knows, I mean I only picked up this in recent years, but I like to compliment people. I will, if I see something, and if I see someone and I think they look cool or they have a cool item or whatever, I will build up the courage and go up to them and compliment them. And sometimes people take that the wrong way, and I've gotten into weird situations because of that. Just stuff like this.
Wait, what happened? Like, what kind of weird situation?
I mean, let's see. Like, I think like one time I complimented someone's pants, just like at the train station or something, and and then they kept like, well, they didn't keep, but at some point they were just like came up to me and kept chatting with me, which I didn't mind initially, but then they like try to proceed and they're just like, oh, can I get to know you better, you know, can I you know, get your information or whatever, and I'm just like, I know I don't want all this, I just wanted to give you a compliment.
The classic, yeah. Yeah, people take it that the wrong way, I guess, especially with like compliments. Yeah, where's the border between flirting and just giving honest compliments? Yeah, because they don't know you, so they don't get that often. When was the last time, Chad, that you complimented somebody?
Let's make it more common so that people won't take it the weird way.
But honestly, that's definitely a thing that we are not doing a lot. I mean, okay, like maybe you compliment your favorite streamer, but like it's like, you know, chatting is so different than saying it to somebody in the face, right?
Yeah. For sure. Have you ever what is speaking? I tripped over so many words. I don't even remember what I wanted to say.
Have you ever
and you can do anything?
Have I ever done anything?
Oh, no, I wanted to say, have you ever had a similar situation like this?
Oh. Like misunderstandings? I think if it's something, it's probably mostly about me not communicating enough about like how I feel. I guess, like, you know, it's some I feel it's more like with close friends probably. I may have like expectations that people understand me without saying much. Like, for example, when I'm not feeling good, or you know, and I just get disappointed by that. But I know, yeah, after that I just know, like, okay, no, I should like talk about it and say like, hey, I'm not, maybe like it's just I don't know, I just feel sick or something, and I expect the people to see it, you know, stuff, just small stuff like that. Have different expectations, and have you ever had something with me? Did we ever had a misunderstanding?
I think we've never had an argument. Never had a misunderstanding.
Actually, yeah.
At least not that I remember. Like nothing comes up when I think about this.
I think you noticed, like, at a convention when we were there together, I was like super annoyed just by people.
Oh yeah, I did immediately notice when Queenie is off.
Yeah. So I just get really, really quiet and I just distance myself. Oh yeah, I was so pissed. Yeah.
At the time, I didn't realize you were angry, but I could definitely tell that you were just uncomfortable with what was happening.
Yeah, I was very uncomfortable. But Mango noticed, and I think I also told you, right, that after a while, not immediately, I do need some time to and find the right timing. It's not like you can just, you know, say it very straightforward. You have to wait for the right timing, and then you took care of me, and then I felt good again. Yeah.
Yippee! Wait, I took care of you? What did I do?
We just went our separate ways.
Oh yeah, we just kind of like disappeared from the crowd, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go to this place now. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. So that definitely helped, like not being alone in that whole situation.
Yeah, I think it's easy for me to tell what's off if I see your face.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want to live alone. I need you.
And they were roommates.
Well, yeah. Back. I think we drifted off a little bit. Back to.
Oh yeah, sorry.
the topic.
Back to the actual topic of today.
You did a little bit of a break. I think you did some streaming breaks here and there in the past few years. And the last one was just pretty recently, right?
Yeah, my last one was actually like 2 weeks ago. I have that a lot, and I haven't really like properly talked about it. But I need to take breaks sometimes from streaming because of my mental health problems, I guess. I sometimes just have really bad like little depression dips, I guess, and in those times I just can't stream because I just will not be myself, and I won't be comfortable like streaming in front of people like that. And that's when I need little breaks, and then I'm like gone for like a weekend or a week or something. But recently, yeah.
Oh, no. Just continue.
Oh, okay. But recently it was very overwhelming for me because like it started affecting me physically too, and so that's when I had to like leave for like a week. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Like, you know, depression is up and down, and right now I'm in my uppy moment again.
What are you usually like by yourself if you do a break, or how do you cope with the depression?
Well, previously I would be with my family, you know, like and they would kind of help me in the sense of like keeping me like stick to some kind of like routine or something, or you know, they would help me go outside or something. But now I'm living on my own, and I don't have anyone to like I guess kind of help me out when I have these dips. So then the dip feels a little bit worse, if I'm honest. And then, you know, it gets even worse because I isolate myself, and I'm not talking to friends either.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm making it worse for myself.
Yeah, but you're not capable of like being your best and thinking, you know, straightforward like what you should do in order to get better. You just living in the moment, trying to survive, I guess.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That.
And I feel like,
but...
well, I think Chad knows that you live in Germany. I feel like living in Germany doesn't help.
Oh my gosh! Living in Germany definitely does not help. Especially, like, in the area that I live in. It's, like, the most depressing place on the planet. Oh my gosh. I swear, I tell this to everyone who comes to visit me. I'm just like, welcome to Depresso Espresso Town. It's just so industrial, and I'm so used to greenery around me, and this area just doesn't have that.
Do you want to... should we say it? Do you mind?
The town?
No, like our little secret.
Oh no, yeah, you can say it.
Okay.
I don't
mind. So actually, the place Mango lives in is my old home. So yeah, we kind of share a place.
Like on paper, we are roommates.
Yeah. On paper we're roommates. So I know exactly how it is to live there. Um, and just thinking back of the last few years where I lived there, I totally get you, and I just remember the worst because when I was depressed, I kept going. I still streamed, and I really regret it now. At the end, I was like really close to like burnout and everything. It felt horrible. Like my whole schedule was super messed up because of the depression. I couldn't hardly like get up. Like sometimes on some days, I would honestly just wake up, get up for streaming, and then just head back to bed. You know, like it was sometimes, and the bed was right there, or I would force myself to work on like projects and stuff. I would sometimes not allow myself to sleep well, just sleep at the table. I would just get like a pillow, put it on like the table, and just sleep on it. It was some days were just horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely. Sleeping is such a bad thing when you're depressed, because it's like the moment you go to sleep, you will not wake up. As in, like, you will want to keep sleeping until you have like a really, really good reason to get out of your bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think you and me kind of do the same. Did do the same thing, where we just keep working on something until we are dead tired, and then we sleep. And
Yeah.
that's why our sleep schedules are terrible.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there were often like days where we would talk until early morning, or like I don't know, even almost like noon.
For real, like we would be in a call till like 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning, whatever, and then it's like, oh, we should probably go sleep.
Yeah. And even then we have to force ourselves, like
Yeah.
I still have that though. That I have to be like drop dead, tired, and then I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Overall my depression has been improving a lot here in Japan. I feel like the place where you live definitely has a huge impact on you. Like here I live like at one of the biggest like cities in the whole world, like Tokyo. So all I have to, see people, I just have to step out, and it's so convenient, it's like an entire different world. It was so hard for me to find reasons to step out of the door. Like that thought was actually so scary for me. Leaving the house, I had really like I always had to encourage myself to go out, because there was just not much reason in the first place to go out. And yeah, it was just scary. I don't know.
No,
You just want to stay in your comfort zone,
Yeah, it's definitely like a comfort thing. You just don't want to leave your comfort zone. You don't want to experience you don't want to risk feeling nervous or anxious or whatever like this. You don't want to feel uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah, and that place is not helping.
No.
Well, sometimes pigeons visit us on the balcony, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's true. The pigeons are great. They make my day. They make my whole week.
Definitely. Same. Mine too.
Like sometimes I'll leave little pieces of bread on the balcony so that the pigeons will come.
But they shit a lot, man.
Yeah, it's true. Like I don't sit in the balcony, partly because it's covered in pigeon dookie.
That's what you get if you give them bread. Give them your bread. Yeah. It was like, living by myself, it was so hard to cook, to take care of me. It was barely used like the living room. I was just coped up in the bedroom where the streaming setup was too. So it was just like doing just avoiding doing unnecessary steps, like only do whatever you really have to do, right? Yeah, so
you probably tried to make food as easy as possible.
Yeah. Like some days it's so bad. Some days I would just like literally eat, like, just cook pasta, open a sauce for days, just like that. And I would like constantly with the thought to like, I can save money like this. Like eat once a day.
Money. Yeah.
So like some months like I would only spend like max like €100 for grocery, and that's it. I was like, yeah, this way I can save a lot.
Yeah, the minimum effort.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that I don't have this, because it's just kind of been stomped in my brain to cook and to eat well-ish, I guess. Like, I'm not perfect, but I do always cook. I never order food unless I have like friends visiting, because I'm too anxious to cook in front of people.
Right. Right. But you're gonna cook for me, right?
Oh yeah, I 100%.
Okay, good.
And I try to like have at least one vegetable a week and one fruit a week. Because my brain is like, if I don't eat at least one vegetable or one fruit a week, I will die.
That's a good mindset.
Like, all other foods is fine as long as I do that.
Yeah.
That's my bare minimum.
Well, I still had like veggies, I guess. Not too much fruit, because there's not much fruit I like in Germany. But like frozen vegetables are not bad. If I would go buy grocery, I would buy some fresh ones, of course, too. But long term.
But like,
the frozen one works.
Frozen foods and canned foods are a blessing.
Canned food. What did I did eat some canned food here and there too. But yeah, I can only talk about this because I'm not like that anymore. But in that situation, you're just embarrassed as heck, like, to talk about it. I could never share these things when I'm like actually like this. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not still like this. Wow, embarrassing.
No, it's just for me personally. Like, it is not. No. It is not embarrassing to talk about it. I don't think so. But just for me,
yeah.
It's like sharing too much of.
Sharing
my
more
privacy, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah. These are, I think, the main things I did, I guess, when I was. And yeah, definitely, like we said, not reaching out to people.
Yeah, it's definitely a bad one.
Sometimes it would, I don't know. Sometimes like a week. Sometimes it would be longer. I feel like it got worse over time, longer and longer.
To not reach out to people.
No, like overall, like having depression, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Do you feel like a difference between, back home or now in Germany?
I mean, I definitely feel a difference because this is my first time living on my own. I'm very happy to have, having to experience living on my own. It's been really nice, but I've always, I've struggled with the depresso espresso for quite a few years, and I was hoping that living on my own would kind of give me a confidence boost and just kind of give me a break of other things that were happening in my life.
Mm.
And I feel like it definitely did. Like, I definitely feel like I've grown a lot as a person,
Mm.
and I feel like I've gotten so much more confident, and so it's definitely been very beneficial for me. But it didn't really help my depresso espresso,
Yeah.
because I like the first few months were great, but then you start getting used to the area and getting used to where you're living, and then like you notice like, oh, I'm actually all alone in this. Like, if I'm having a dip, I can't like just randomly barge into my brother's room or something and just hang out with him just because I don't want to be alone or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't have that now, and then it just made things a lot worse for me.
Mm.
So I would say that in
Mm.
a lot of other aspects, I feel really good living on my own.
Mm.
But just regarding depresso espresso, I do not recommend living on your own.
Yeah. I pretty much can sign that. Living with somebody helps a lot, and I honestly don't want to live by myself ever again. I feel like I'm just gonna fall back into that hole. It's so hard
Yeah.
to get out of that by yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm also planning on moving back to my family
Mm.
earlier than I had planned, because I just need to take care of my mental health, and I really need that.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
I guess that's like the first thing to do to avoid these depression phases. But is there
Yeah,
anything
just
else you do, like to prevent it, or
I
how do you
try
keep
to
your thoughts like positive? I guess.
I try to wait. Should we just like jump into the
The first submission.
yeah, because I think they literally talked about that.
Okay, let me see. It's so fast gone.
There it goes! Shut up! Come back!
Wait.
Come back, text!
Wait, let me. Here we go. Okay, like very slowly. Oh god. Just here we go. First one, the first submission we got is the following message: how do you keep up the constant positivity, and how do you deal with the constant self-hate and the burning hurt of heart?
Oh, the burning hurt of heart.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like what helps for me a lot is to kind of ground myself in the moment. And with that, I mean kind of just talking to myself and just kind of figuring out with myself what is actually happening right now. And I feel like that helps a lot, because it kind of it grounds you, and it kind of helps you realize like, okay, this is just a feeling that I'm feeling right now, and I know what the reality is, right? Like, I know that I'm not a terrible person. I know that I could probably work a little bit harder on things, but I'm doing my best with the situation I got, with the opportunities that I got, and I'm not a bad person. Like, I feel like just trying to talk to yourself and ground yourself helps a lot. But also, it's not easy trying to keep up the constant positivity. That's like impossible. Like, I'm not positive constantly all the time.
Like, no, that's impossible.
Like, that's impossible. You can't do that. Like, everyone has their not so positive moments, but I do try to be a positive force for other people, you know, like I want people to be happy, and I want people around me to be happy. And so I just try to embody that, which is also not easy and not possible all the time. But I think, yeah, as I said, the number one thing that helps me a lot is just grounding myself. And I also have anxiety and stuff, and say for example that I'm in a public setting and I suddenly feel super overwhelmed with everything and I'm really not doing well, I will then just talk to myself, be like, okay, Mango, what's going on right now? You're sitting in a bus, you're surrounded by people, you have your friend next to you, you know, everything is fine. Obviously, all the thoughts you're thinking right now, they're just thoughts. Like, it's just, you know, water off a duck's back. And then I just try to like set a goal for myself, you know, like the tiniest thing, like just focus on one thing, right? Like, for example, you're in a bus. Then I will probably think like, okay, the next thing you're gonna do, just focus on what stop you have to get off of, and just get off the bus. Just think about that. And that's then what I think about. And after that, after I've reached my one little goal, like, yeah, I did it! I immediately feel a lot better.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one. Setting small goals. It can be something really small in your house, like even like getting up from bed and like brushing your teeth and I don't know, clean up one thing. You know, just make really small goals, and you feel so much better after that.
Just teeny tiny steps.
Yeah. Well, for me, I used to hate myself a lot. I still think it's impossible not to hate myself. I mean, you know, there's always like self-doubt and you know, stuff you don't like about yourself, you would like to change. And that can turn into self-hate, and you just have to keep in mind like a kind of healthy mindset to keep you going, to have some goals, to have some dreams, some ambition you want to work towards too. But yeah, what definitely helps me is, like you said, like friends. They just, you know, they take me as I am, and I mean, there's a reason they're friends with me, right? Because of my personality, what I do with them. So that others give me a reason, not myself too much, to be honest.
You gotta work on that.
I have to work on it. Yes, but yeah, because of that, I know, you know, my self-worth. I feel like, you know, I deserve, in some situations, I know, like, I deserve better. Because my friends tell me so too. Yeah, I definitely have to work on that. I have to say. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so easy to focus on the negatives overall, right? Than on the positives. Negatives are like way more long-lasting. But that's when you have to talk to somebody to get like a different perspective, because sometimes you're just stuck on your own mindset, and then you just have to talk to somebody, and suddenly you're like, yeah, actually, you're right. Why am I thinking like this? There are because like different people value different things, so I feel like you can learn a lot from different people, from friends. And yeah, that's for example what I really like about you, Mango. Like the small thing that you compliment people and you're just working towards that. You just want to make people happy, even if you don't know them at all. But you just like notice really small details about people, and you just go straight for it. Like the mango I used to know, like at the very beginning, was so shy. You guys cannot imagine. And then
I was baby.
suddenly, like, she was like, "No, I want to change. I want to change my mindset. I just want to go for it." And I'm so proud of you, like, for doing it. But like,
Oh my god,
yeah,
stop! You're gonna make me cry.
no, really, really, it's so amazing to see that. Yeah. Anyway,
Thank
like,
you.
it is. It really is. It was like within, I don't know, 1.5 year or something. You just, yeah.
Had a 180-degree change.
And it's not like it is easy for Mango. I'm pretty sure Mango also has like these moments where she's like, I cannot do it. I don't want to do it. I just want to flee and be done with it. But yeah, you just encourage yourself, and it's okay sometimes not to do it if you don't feel like it. But you know that thing, what people say, like, fake it till you make it. It does help.
It helps.
It helps.
Fake it till you make it. Like, just pretend you have the confidence, and
Yeah.
then you will end up actually having the confidence at some point.
Definitely.
You know? But I don't know. I feel like the same for you, kinda. I think streaming has really helped you a lot.
Has it?
Yeah.
I don't. Wait. In what sense? I really don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm gonna explain right now.
Okay.
I just feel like you've gotten a lot more open and social. But also, I didn't really, because I feel like in the beginning everything was so. I mean, actually I think it's been like more recently that you've been a little bit like trying to be more open and more
Yeah.
allowing more things to, you know, get more personal. Because beforehand it was very much like, I don't know, like you were very so paranoid about sharing certain details about yourself.
Yeah.
And,
I still am, but I just...
You still are, obviously.
I just try myself from overthinking, I guess. I'll just put trust into the people and think of the good sides of people, not the bad sides. It's so easy to think of like worst case scenarios, right? But yeah, I feel like this Japan arc has been helping me a lot to open up to people.
I feel so too.
Yeah, like you said, very recently though. I even did my first IRL stream.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Can you imagine me doing that like 2 years ago?
No, definitely not. Oh my gosh.
I was so paranoid. Oh my god, about everything. Yeah, but
you're doing great.
I guess I really like... I mean, I could never open up like this without like my community being this great. Like I talked to a lot of people who considered what I should do, how open I should be, but everybody was saying like, no, your community will understand. They're like not like, you know, monkeys, uga bugas.
They're not
good.
They don't have
good
unga
people.
bunga brain. Yeah.
They will understand. They have a little bit brain, you know. So it's good. Don't worry. So I was like, yeah, everybody's saying it, and I see it myself. Like, I just want to try. Well, worst cases, I guess, like never do it again. But I only got like positive responses overwhelmingly, so I'm really glad I did it. And yeah, it will only give me more possibilities. So
I think
yeah,
so
I'm really
too.
glad about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Should we hydrate?
Yeah, we should hydrate.
Hydrate. Sippies. Okay.
Yeah. The difference between our debut and And now
it's like a world of a difference.
I actually wanna check your debut again. Wasn't it on like Valentine's Day or the day after?
I think it was like the week after,
Oh,
or
the
like a
week
few days after Valentine's Day. I was so shy. So shy.
I still remember like at the beginning, I didn't even know like if you were male or female.
Like what?
I just liked you. I was like, I don't know. It's a burp, so it could be anything.
It's a burp. I'm sure it's fine. Like
Wait, Mango sounded so differently. Wait, are you?
I
No?
did.
What?
I did.
Wait,
I feel like
I have to go back. I have to look at your debut. I feel like this has been always your voice.
I feel like I was very shy. I had a different mic, but also I had this thing where sometimes I would try to sound more, how do you say, adult. Because I've had so many people bully me about my voice and call me like a prepubescent child or something because of my voice. So sometimes I would try to make it sound more adult, and I feel like I did that in the beginning of my streaming, and then I was just kind of like, I want to be more comfortable and I don't want to think about how I sound and just talk.
Right.
And then I kind of started letting go, and then I was like, I want to be more hype, more exciting, and then I like got way too hype, way too exciting, I think. And then I was like, okay, no, I don't want this either. Like, I can't be this hype all the time. Like, I was so tired after every streaming. Like, I can't do this. And then I kind of just mellowed out, and that's where I am now. I'm just like, okay, this is just.
Like,
I'm just talking normally.
can you try your mature voice?
Oh, yuck. I haven't done that in like ages. Like, I used to use the mature voice for school too, because I thought people would never take me seriously if I didn't.
Interesting.
And actually, this is my first time ever talking about this.
Interesting.
But I guess like I kind of use the mature voice now as like my text-to-speech redeem.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely up it a way more. But I don't really know how I made it sound previously. I think it was just very similar, where I was just like, what do I say? Tell me something to say.
You can just read the question again.
Okay. How do you keep up with the constant positivity? And how do you deal with the constant self-hate and the burning hurt of heart?
Wait, that was your voice?
I mean, I definitely don't think it was like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
not
it was
exactly,
way more
but...
mellow. But it was something like this.
I
Where
really
I
don't
was just-
remember.
It was definitely not like that. Like, as in... I don't really remember how I did it.
Yeah. I'll check just after stream.
Yeah, I think if I hear it, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do remember doing that. And then I was like, heck it, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I did change my voice over time as well. At the beginning, it was way softer. And like, I just didn't know how to talk. I was talking so slowly. When I just look back into my stream, I'm like, oh my god, how did people watch this? Like, it took forever for me to end my sentence. It was so soft. It was like lower, and I think my voice over time changed as well. But more like I was just trying out different things, and I feel like other people like influence me. Not that like copied anybody, but I was just trying out different things, I guess. And I cannot watch it. I just want to nuke all the VODs. Honestly, I don't know why I'm doing you guys this favor of keeping them up, but I just want to nuke them. I think one day I will.
Maybe. I think I still have my VODs up, cause I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I definitely cringe, like,
oh yeah,
hearing myself back
oh
then.
yeah.
But I don't really cringe at my voice. I'm more cringing at, like, man, you were so, like, insecure and stuff. It's more just like, ah, yuck, I was so different. But I don't mind having them up. Like, I'm not. How do you say it? I'm not. I don't feel that bad about it.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of me. It's a development, right? You can see what happened over time. It's kind of interesting to see as well. But I just refuse to watch it myself.
Yeah, and just like, I'm just very glad that I'm not adjusting my voice now, because previously when I did, after stream I would just not talk. I was like, my throat would hurt so much.
Oh god, yeah, that's definitely an indicator you're using, like, you're overusing your vocal cords.
Yeah, like, my throat would hurt so much, and I had to, like, really take it easy with my voice. And then I think at some point I think I did, like, a longer stream. Was it maybe...
Oh, was it like the first 24-hour stream? I still remember that.
I think...
It was the first Sabathon you did.
I think it was, but I think it was like 12 hours? 12
Oh!
hours or something?
Yeah, maybe it was 12, yeah.
And I don't know what I was doing with my voice at that time. It was definitely not that I was speaking comfortably. I think I was still trying to sound very, very hype. And I think after that, my voice also just got completely busted. Like, I could tell throughout the stream that at the later hours, I was just like, like, I just sounded like,
You can't keep up the hype anymore.
I couldn't keep it up anymore. I couldn't keep up the hype voice. I mean, I do still feel like that when I'm streaming, I try to be more entertaining, and thus I feel like my voice is still a little bit different when I stream, but all my friends tell me that I sound exactly the same.
I think you can tell yourself way better because you know your voice way better. It's like small details that matter sometimes, and like the way you talk, and you know, on stream, like sometimes really exciting things happen, so you tend to like scream sometimes, and so yeah, for us who just watch you like casually, it definitely sounds the same. But yeah, I think you can tell. And if you ever hurt your throat again, I'm gonna
no, don't worry. I'm never doing that again.
But honestly, like, your voice is just perfect. I don't understand why you feel like you had to do that.
I think it's just because in, like, my IRL surroundings, I never really got positive feedback to my voice. And so it was kind of like automatic for me to just adjust it. And then when I started, you know, noticing like, this hurts my throat and I should probably be more comfortable about this, and then I started getting good feedback regarding my voice, and that's you know, that's when I stopped.
Well, I can feel that. I feel like a lot of VTubers have that they are self-conscious about their voice, and I feel like this is one of the best compliments you can give VTubers, I guess, in particular, that you really enjoy their voice, like their voice.
Yeah. I definitely have that. That I'm just like, oh, thank you.
Well, also about VTubers, I mean, I would say, some VTubers, like chat keeps asking sometimes, like, use your real voice, but
Yeah.
all of it is like real voice. But sometimes VTubers are able to, change them, but like use your real voice. It sounds like so fake, right? But everything is real.
Like everything is real. Like I'm over here trying to entertain you. I'm not gonna, right now we're just talking comfortably, but if I'm just like, hello, like yay, like I'm trying to entertain you, like obviously that's not how I sound 24/7.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just meme at this point when people are like, "Oh, use your real voice." I'm like, "Okay, bet."
Yeah, I bet like a lot of people come into your stream and like, "There's no way this is your real voice. You don't sound like this." And like, okay, I'm just gonna mention another streamer here. We met Shy Lily at TwitchCon last year.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was like saying like, wait, you also sound like this in real life? And like, that's her voice.
That's just her voice. But like,
yeah. But
people want.
I mean, but to be honest, there are also VTubers who don't sound like don't have the same, sound differently when you meet them personally.
Yeah, like some sound a little bit different, some sound really different. Just
Yeah, so some do. Yeah, I can think of some. But yeah, it's just everybody does it differently. There is no like, only one way of approaching it, and it's just part of their stream of the entertainment they offer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't bully people for their voice.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Don't do that.
Anyway,
there's one question I wanted to ask you though. Like, what do you think? If it's too personal, of course, don't answer if you feel uncomfortable. What is there like? I don't know. Can you think of anything why you got like depression? Or
I honestly think that I had a really interesting upbringing. I wouldn't say I had the best childhood, but also I think it's genetics also play a role.
I've heard of it before. I feel like I think I've read before that they didn't find like any like anything in the how's it called, DNA or something that kind of indicates it, but I feel like it's more like if you grew up with it with somebody close who has it, it definitely influences you.
Yeah, maybe that was the case for me because I have a parent that has mental health problems. Actually, I think both my parents do. And I have a few family members from my, I don't know which side, but on one of the sides that have really bad mental health problems. So I think that definitely influenced it, and I think my upbringing probably also influenced it. I think everything just together just evolved into Depresso Espresso for me.
Yeah, I feel like childhood defines us more than we would like it to be.
Oh yeah, no, the childhood just shapes you Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll sign that.
Yeah. But what about you? Do you feel like how do you feel
Hmm.
what your cause is?
I definitely my childhood. It's kind of mean to say that, but I think it's mainly because of my parents. I have never
Mm.
talked about my parents before on stream, and that for a reason.
Mm.
um, it's kind of very direct and mean, but I thought about it a lot. Why I turned out the way I am now. Why I don't have the self confidence and uh have so many self doubts and yeah, it's really how I grew up, how my parents treated me,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean there are some similarities, especially like I grew up with my brother Buckland, and you can see like what happened to both of us. So it's definitely them. It's not our friends. I mean, of course
Yeah.
they do. Uh, they are a factor as well, but I just, for in my childhood, try to fit in to society. And yeah, now I cannot call any of them friends. I'm not in contact with any of the so-called friends I had during school. And that for a reason, because they were not, and I was just, trying so hard to be someone I was not.
Yeah, to fit in.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we all did that at some point. You know, trying to just fit in with the crowd because we're so I wouldn't say we're so different.
No, we are.
But we're yeah.
I think it's okay to say that. That
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like people who grow up like in an unhappy, healthy environment, they're just so far away.
Yeah, like
they would
dang,
never
couldn't be us.
understand. Yeah, and you're like trapped at school, right? You're forced to get along with these people, and you only have this choice. I guess that's why a lot of people like nowadays you have the option, or like okay, back then too a little bit, to find friends online who are more like you.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just pity myself back then. Like if I would look at my past self, like gosh, what are you doing?
Aw, same.
Like
Same.
doing a lot of things just to get some attention, I guess. It's just really sad to see. Yeah.
Yeah, yuck.
Bad memories. It's actually very much of a blur for me what happened in the past, because it's just like do you know that like it's such a bad experience, you just want to push it away, and I don't know like a lot of details anymore, to be honest. I feel like my memory got so much worse with depression. I just don't remember a lot of things.
It's also a thing that like your brain will try to filter certain things out to kind of like protect you. So that's maybe why you don't remember a lot of your childhood. I definitely have that, but I've also noticed that like in the recent years where like my mental health has gotten a bit better, that suddenly random memories would just like pop back up, and I'm just like, whoa, where did this come from? And then I have to suddenly deal with that. Like,
wait, like, how how do you deal with it? Like, how long? Like, from when is that memory?
Like, are you asking how I deal with random flashback memories?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, since this has only happened like, I guess since it's actually interesting is that this started happening when I started living on my own. It was like, yeah, it was like, because part of the reason that I went to, like, really wanted to live on my own for a while is to, this is gonna sound really mean, but I swear it's not mean. Is to kind of get a little bit of a break from my family. I love my family, like, don't take me the wrong way, but I too needed a break from them. And so once I was like in a situation where I didn't have the stress factors of my family, I guess like I calmed down a lot. Like in the beginning, like it was very, very calm for me. Like just my brain was so calm. And then I guess my brain decided, oh well, I guess now we can finally, unpack everything else that that's been like looming in the back of your head. So let me just give you this, and oh, by the way, you had this happening in your childhood, and oh, remember this traumatic event? Like, here you go. And I didn't know how to deal with that, because it was very overwhelming. But I talked to one of my best friends, because she had like the same thing happen to her. And she basically told me that you kind of just have to, depending on what the memory is, I guess, you kind of just have to process them one by one and, you know, maybe talk about it, maybe journal about it. And
I've heard about that. Like journaling your thoughts, like your dreams, your process overall.
Yeah.
But I've been too lazy for that.
It's not easy. Like, I when these things pop up, you know, depending on the memory, I will try to like analyze what it is and try to process it. But if it's like too traumatic, I can't process that. I can't do that on my own. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough for stuff like this. And then I just kind of put it back in my brain folder. Like, okay, I'm just never gonna think of this again until maybe like some point. You know?
Yeah.
So that's probably not the healthiest way to go about it. But
Yeah.
in that moment, I just cannot deal with it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like repressed memories. What Kuro said. Yeah.
I've never had that before. I feel like during the day I have to keep myself busy though. Like, I don't like it to just do nothing. I always find I never give myself time to properly think, I guess. Let my thoughts run. Maybe that's a bad thing too, but it's just too quiet, you know, at some point, and then I'm just scared of that.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people have that they don't want to be alone with their thoughts.
yeah. I wonder if that will happen to me too if I would just you know, even like normally people like when they shower, I guess they maybe let their thoughts run. Even then I just put on music. I just sing.
You're just like, there's gonna be no moment of me just thinking, like, not happening.
Also, I also have the constant pressure of like being productive, not wasting time.
Yeah, you're very hardworking. I think I don't know. I think you should try to maybe let go of that a little bit, as in like try to be alone with your thoughts for 5 minutes.
I mean, I am aware, like, I don't want to, you know, like, turn into how I was, like, at the end of Germany Act.
Yeah, of the Germany arc.
Yeah. So I'm taking it a little bit more easy here in Japan. That's why I just stream very casually as well.
Yeah.
But I want to make it meaningful, I guess.
On my two favorite verbs.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think about more streams I enjoy myself personally. I think that's very important as a streamer to think about what you want to stream that you truly enjoy as well, which makes it very enjoyable for the chat as well.
Yeah.
Previously I played a lot of games which I honestly did not enjoy, and yeah, I just feel like I'm not meant to be like a game streamer, I guess. Only like casually smaller games, but that was just so stressful for me. Of like having the thoughts, making the stream too long, not being too entertaining, like constant pressure of having to talk the whole time. Sometimes you just wanna chill and enjoy the game, right? How do you guys game? So yeah, it's so now I just put my focus on something else and stream whenever I can. I feel like it, not to push my health that much as before.
I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's really good.
I think
I definitely
what you have been doing also like is very healthy. You just take breaks when you need it, and you know that the community is like accepting you and knows of your, not exactly like all the details of course, but you know, they just want you to be well.
Yeah, I really love my community. They're so nice. They're very understanding. I do still feel bad whenever I'm just like, poof, I'm gone for a few days. But no, I really appreciate them and very thankful. But I've also just been doing like the same thing where I just stream what I want to stream at this point. Like if I play a ton of Monster Hunter because I just love the game, and I picked up crocheting recently and I really like it, and I like doing my little crochet streams.
That's so amazing. I still you improved so much in such a small time, and just watching you and creating these cute little animals is so adorable. That's like so you, and you're enjoying it, and chat enjoys it even more.
Exactly. Smooth brainer is me.
Should we read a longer message?
Yosh. We've only done one message so far.
Like I said, this is you know, kinda tough to get through all of the messages. Okay, let me see. I think we have to split this one in two parts because it's a little bit long. Let me see. Okay. So this is one of the longer messages. We're just gonna read it. I actually do have a story to tell based on personal experience. It's well, rather strange, I guess, because I never really knew anything was wrong with me. I always thought, well, my life is just normal, and that's why I carried several problems with me throughout my whole life. Up until the point when it got too much and the situation was akin to the final straw. Had a mental breakdown, got sent to hospital, and then into therapy. From then on out, I learned that, no, my life was anything but normal. I carried several traumas from like 3 years from birth when I lived with my biological father. Then my mother took me and my brother, and we lived several hundred kilometers away from that place. Wait, let me scroll. I only got into kindergarten with 6 for only a year and probably already mentally aged more than others because of those traumas. So when I got into school, oh wait, I could read, write, I was literally bored. So when I got into school, I was told I could skip a grade. But they refused in the end. But still, others noticed I was different. I didn't know, but I got bullied for it from second grade onwards. Not only from classmates, but even teachers, the principal. I even remembered when parents of a classmate came into class asking around who would like me removed from class. Then the school decided to send me into a hospital to see what's wrong with me. But they only tested me on ADHD, which I don't have. So I had to skip 4th grade for nothing, I guess. Bullying didn't stop when I finally got back into school. It's going a little bit too fast. Because people already knew me. Was the same town after all. And the stress got so bad that I had several stomachs over the years in school and always felt sick. I just thought I was actually sick, but only later did I realize it was probably the stress. I had an average of like 100 missed school days each year. Okay, this is part 1. Yeah, not not everything fits into OBS, so I have to cut it down. Okay. And it got so bad that I just distanced myself from everything, never knowing what was wrong with me. That something even was wrong. I still thought it's normal. That's just how life is. That's how my life was. But as I started off writing this, I got into therapy, talking about all those things, realizing no, it's absolutely not normal, and that I am now on my way trying to resolve these issues that accumulated over the almost 25 years of my still young life. And one day I hope to get over it. It's already been like 5 years since I got into therapy. Sometimes I feel like there's progress, sometimes not. It's a long and tough road, but it's important. And no one should think that suffering is normal. And anyone who needs help should get help. No one should feel weak about doing so either. Because it's hard, really hard. Nothing is solved in a day, week, month, or even year. But there will be progress. And one day, a normal life will be possible. It's what I'm hoping for, what I fight for. And also why I appreciate it, that I can distress myself by, for example, watching VTubers that I enjoy watching. Since they can make a happy day become a happy day, and the communities can help you feel, well, not being alone. Since I, for example, have zero human contact outside of being online, I am afraid to be in contact with others. But online is different. And those communities help me to not feel alone. And being able to talk and interact with certain VTubers is a nice change of pace to not interacting with anyone at all. Well, I guess that's it for now. It's probably all over the place what I've written, but that's basically how I am too. And my mental state doesn't allow me to take this slowly. I write what comes to mind. Thanks for reading, and I wish everyone all the best. Wow.
That's quite the story. But I guess like a lot of people actually have that they think that their situation is just normal, that it's just okay to deal whatever they're dealing with, and they don't want to, or they don't feel like they need to work on their mental health. So I'm very happy that this person actually, is taking the time to work on themselves and just going through their mental health journey.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for them.
I think, like you said, everybody is like that at the beginning because you don't have a different perspective. This is what you've been living. That's how your life has been, right? And so you think this is the only way. And it was for me that as well. My friends had to tell me that this is not normal. what I'm going through. And then I realized, oh, okay. It's yeah, my whole situation is very different from what my classmates are going through. Have you ever been in therapy?
Oh yeah, 100%. I plan on going back to therapy next year, maybe
so
end of
good.
this year.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, I've been yeah, I've been in and out of therapy for quite a few years. And I would definitely recommend it. Go to therapy, even, you know, if you feel like you're fine, just see it as like you know how you go to the dentist to check up on your teeth? Like, you have to go get checked up. The therapy's the same thing. You just need brain checkups. You need to brush your brain.
But it's like
the
way
same
more
thing.
often, right? How many times do you
I mean,
have to like usually go?
it depends on your situation, obviously. But for me, when I was still in therapy, I would go once every week. But I even went to a therapy booth camp last year.
Oh.
I call it emotional booth camp.
And what do you think are like the pros and cons of going to therapy like once every week, or just to the camp?
I think there are many pros, obviously. Like, one is like you can obviously talk to someone about your problems, and maybe you don't have someone to talk about to with your problems, but now you do because you have a therapist. But you know, and you know, they can help you process things and help you basically navigate yourself, which is really nice. I guess like the only con is that you need to find a therapist that suits you.
Right.
Like,
I've heard that
you're
a lot.
you're not gonna click with every person, and so that might like ruin your therapy experience if you're not clicking with the right person. I think I've had maybe 4 or 5 therapists.
Oh
before
wow.
I had found one that was really nice for me. To be fair, like, my first therapist was actually perfect. Like, he was so nice, and he was a gamer, so I could like talk about games to him, like, you know, he was great. But he had to like move locations or something, so I was forced to get a different one. And then I really struggled with like clicking with someone. But then I did find someone to click with, and then I thought, you know, I'm doing pretty good. I can step out of this for a while, and I wish I didn't. But no, in general, therapy is very useful, and I definitely recommend it. Even for just if you think that nothing's wrong with you, just go do it. Just go and chat. You know. Yeah.
It so hurt me. I was thinking about, did I visit a therapist before? And actually I did. It was during school. Because yeah, my situation was overall pretty bad. So how did I end up going there? I think even the school sent me.
Oh, maybe it was like a social worker.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that, exactly. Which would like exclusively like work with like young adults.
Yeah.
And they kept it like a secret from my parents as well, and I had to keep it a secret from my parents. But I only went there like a few times. But yeah, I definitely did miss school because I had to visit them. But
I feel like
yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I feel like it did help me a little bit in that situation, but once, as you said, like felt like slightly better, I just stopped going there.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I had been doing. I was like, okay, I'm fine now. I don't need therapy anymore. And then I like go about my life for like a year or half a year, and then I'm like, never mind, let's go back. So that's definitely a bad thing. But I think regarding your situation, the like social worker thing, I also had a like a school social worker experience, and I feel like, and I know some people who had that, and I feel like almost everyone had a bad school social worker experience.
I don't think I had problems with my school social worker though. They were pretty nice.
Yeah, like mine was also pretty nice, but I just feel like it wasn't helpful for me.
Oh, yeah.
And at some point she was like, "Oh, if you want, I can talk to your parents." And I'm like, "No, what the heck?
Oh
That's
gosh. Oh gosh.
that's why I'm talking to you, because I can't talk to them."
Oh gosh. No. They never said that. They were like even against it. That I should not talk to them.
Yeah.
And not include them.
But so you've never had any kind of other therapy besides this?
No.
Why?
You know, when I felt really bad, whenever I feel really bad, I feel like, oh, I need a therapist. But then after a while, I get better and like, you know, now it's just a hassle. Like, you know, it's an appointment. It's you have to go there every week. You have to, especially in Germany, you know, like stepping out, go out, you lose time, commute. And then the worst part is talk about your feelings. Isn't it exhausting too to talk about it? So it is really for me. Like recalling all the experiences. It's a lot of digging, right? They have to find out what happened in the past, what traumas you triggers you.
It's kind of like it's a journey. Like you go through it together with your therapist. Like they will usually, I mean, in my experience at least, is they will usually like ask you like, okay, what do you expect from this? Like what do you what are your goals with going to therapy, you know? And you know, then you will explain that to them, and then you'll talk about that. And then you just kind of slowly go through a process of like, okay, like this is what we can do, this is what we can chat about, and you can at any point in time you can always chat about other things, or you know, whatever you want. So it's very much a process. It's not purely just, oh, just talk about, just give your whole life story to them and they will fix you. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a bit more complicated.
It's such a huge commitment.
Yeah, that is for sure. Like I
feel like I'm really scared of that. Yeah.
I mean, you can opt out at any time, obviously, but I can understand that it's still very intimidating.
I feel like if I'm going for it, I'm gonna take it serious and keep doing it. But exactly with that thought, like, there's no back out if I do it, because then I should do it properly. I know it will be only good for me. So I feel like it's even a bigger step for me than to reach out, look for somebody, and then like well, I have not looked it up how it is like in Japan, like the cost and so on. I know there's like, it is possible to get it for free in Germany, but there's just an extremely huge waiting list.
Oh yeah, oh gosh, especially after COVID, the waiting lists just skyrocketed.
Yeah. So I don't know how it is in Japan. I have to look into it. I feel like they take it less serious than Germany. Mental health here. So I feel like I'm not sure. I have not, as I said, I've not looked it up, but I feel like it will be even harder to get into the program.
Right. Yeah, I know that's interesting. But I know that there are like online options now where you could literally just call with your therapist, DM
Right.
your therapist, like.
Oh, I'm still a fan of like, you know, at least talk on the
Yeah.
phone, I guess. Best would be personally.
Yeah, I'm still the same. Like, I was lucky enough that I had one in the town that I was living in, so I could just go there once a week, and but then things evolved to where it got a little bit more complicated because they basically told me like, we can't provide anything for you anymore. You need to go somewhere else. And yeah, because there are like levels of therapy.
Really?
At least in the Netherlands, like if you require other kind of help, not like, oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, sorry, my alarm went off for whatever reason. But
Good morning.
Like, why is my phone buzzing? Like, what's happening?
Good
Oh,
morning.
okay.
Time to wake up.
Good morning. Wake up. No, but depending on what you need, not every like place can provide that for you, and you might need extra help at other places. And so they tried to like redirect me to another place, but then you had like this big waiting list and blah blah blah, and then they gave me the option of like, oh, like if you want we can do this instead, and a whole thing like that. Which is just very annoying. Like, I just wanted to just stick to one place and just go through everything at one place, but that's literally not possible for me. And that also, like, I guess made me feel less motivated to go to therapy, because it was such a hassle to find a place that could properly help me. And then I think last year I went back, and then they told me it was basically the same thing, like, oh, we know about your past, we know about your issues, we can't provide anything for you, but you can go to this boot camp for like a week if you want to. And I was like, you know what, I'll take it. Anything that could help me right now, I'll take it. And that's why I went to emotional boot camp. So I guess that's like that's like a big negative of being in this whole like process of therapy. Like, depending on what you need and what your what they want to provide you, I guess you can swap places a lot.
It's just the thought of it drains me out all my energy. Trying out different things and see different people. Yeah,
I mean, in the end, you gotta keep motivating yourself, because you know that it's good for you in the long run, right? But it's just, you just kind of have to push through that. But it's really a hassle, and I definitely stopped going to therapy after emotional boot camp, and now I'm like, I wish I didn't. I did the same thing again.
Yeah. I'll consider it, definitely. Currently, I feel like there's no. I'm just trying to keep finding reasons not to go. I mean, if you really want to do it, there's always room to do it, right? Like, yeah, I know that it's hard, but yeah,
I think you should definitely think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
and do more than just thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. Who knows?
Okay.
Next the time we're gonna talk about it in the podcast. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe at that time, I've like studied psychology and become a therapist.
Yeah, but actually, that's not healthy if friends are like the therapist. That's also another big topic, like helping each other out and kind of act like a therapist, I guess. Not really a therapist, like helping out a depressive friend. What to do, how to help them. I mean, there's no such thing as a rule book for that, anything but that, right? Everybody's so different. Especially like people who like refuse help, refuse to change.
Feel called out.
What? No. Anybody but you. What do you mean? You're like constantly trying to improve and get better.
I am, but I am really bad at accepting help from other people.
Yes.
That's what I meant. That's really hard for me.
But you're still trying and you still do it. You force yourself. Yeah. But like, I mean like people who are actually like, you just see them getting worse and worse. Yeah. And you try to help them, but you know you can't. They just have to improve by themselves and, yeah. It's just hard to help people. Depressive friends.
Yeah, for sure. It's very saddening, of course, because you want to be there for your friends, but it's really hard to do that if someone is just completely demotivated. Like you can't do anything,
right? And
it makes you feel bad because you can't do anything for your friend.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do is like put the blame on yourself. I'm not doing enough for this friend. What should I do? Yeah. It's making it part of your responsibility, which is obviously not. So yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. Oh my gosh. Why is excessive, get out of here. Don't talk about my internet right now.
What? Oh, like because of the thing that happened yesterday?
Yeah.
It's just Mango. It's just typical Mango. Mango's baby. Okay. I wish I was there. Why am I not here?
Also, I'm just joking. You don't have to leave. I love all of you.
But if I am like really depressed, overall, I mean, I guess we always kind of are a little bit. For me personally, it helps to be open for new things, to try out new things, to find like something that might, lit a spark of find a new passion. That leads to keep your mind busy as well, having fun, and eventually meet new people through it. Maybe new passion, new hobby.
Yeah, like crocheting.
Yeah. Have you made any friends through it?
I feel like I haven't made any new friends through it, but I've definitely like inspired a lot of people to start crocheting also. So I've been able to like talk about it a lot more in my community about crocheting stuff, which definitely is also really nice.
Yeah. Damn. That's the best thing. Inspiring other people. And you see that.
Yeah, like you can actually see it because people are now crocheting.
Just
It's
exchange.
wild.
Damn. In the meantime, I'm just like playing Genshin on my Discord server.
Flamey Toba encouraging people to play gacha games.
Yeah. And Mango's encouraging me to play Honkai more.
Yeah. We are both gacha filth.
But I'm just sharing it with my community and you're not.
I don't play gacha games on stream.
Yeah.
I do tell people that I play them, but I don't actually play them on stream.
Yeah, you just show off on Twitter like, look what I got with one single poll.
I just show my crazy luck as a free-to-play player.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. One day I'll get that too. One single pull and I get a 5-star. Well, my best was I think like 12 rounds for 5 stars.
Nice.
Or I guess like, well, I had one stream where I had like crazy luck. I won every 50-50. I had like, how many? I rolled for like 14 5-stars and I got like a double 5-star in one 10 pull as well. It was crazy. Absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Dang.
Not a single loss 50-50. Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna repeat it again, by the way, in the next polling stream, just letting you guys know. But I want to go back actually to this message a little bit. We didn't talk too much about it. We started to talk a little bit about what happened there. So what do you think about this person not having like any I guess like people to talk to?
Not
like close by, like in their real life.
I think that's definitely not a good thing. Like I know how that is, that being chronically online, and I've definitly noticed being in Germany now that I'm like a lot more isolated. Because like a lot of my close friends are in the Netherlands, obviously, and I do have some friends living in Germany. But Germany is huge, so you're not like all living really close to each other. So it's hard to see people besides talking to everyone online, and that can definitely take a toll on you. And I feel like, as you get older, it's definitely also harder to make friends like that's not
true.
online. Like it's really hard because you're no longer like in class in school or whatever, so you're no longer forced to sit with people for 8 hours a day, so you're just forced to become friends with one of them, right? Like you don't have that opportunity anymore. So but I would still highly recommend to find ways to socialize outside of online, because it's definitely different. And because I have some friends that literally barely have any friends outside of online friends. And I always tell them the same thing. I'm always like, maybe try to pick up a sport, try to take a class of something, try to pick up an instrument or something like this, because then you can go outside and you can meet new people. Like try to create opportunities for yourself that will force you to meet new people, and that way you can make new friends in your environment, and you can socialize a bit more, and that'll open up a lot more things for you.
I think everything you said is really true, and it's like the best case scenario. I can relate to this person. I feel like it's so hard for this person to open up to people because they made such a bad experience with, the classmates they tried in the past before and only got like negative experiences, and then they spent a lot of time at like hospital therapy, probably mostly by themselves as well.
Yeah.
And now they finally found the happiness in online communities. I feel like yes, it's true that people are social people, but I definitely see that some people do not necessarily need like friends they can, like, I don't know, interact with in real life, because some people are just content with what they have online. That's, I don't know, because like that's kind of like what we said earlier. That's the normal life for them. For them, this is the happiness.
They don't know what
happiness is
the
like.
Other side of that.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah.
They don't know any better, basically.
I mean, if it makes them happy, I feel like it's okay to stay like this. But maybe if they want to approach a change, maybe meet up with some from the community because you already know them and have like good interactions with them.
Yeah, 100%. I think if you're content with your situation, if you're happy, if you're thriving, that's fine. But if you still want to socialize with people and you're in these communities,
yeah,
I think, as you said, it's very nice to meet up with friends. I mean, that's what we did. Like we were chronically online, and then we met up.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. There's no right or wrong. It's not black and white,
Yeah,
so
it's definitely
take your time. Maybe at some point the like thought will naturally pop up of like, oh, maybe I want to meet this person, and hang out together. Yeah. But if not, that's also okay. Like, just think about yourself, whatever makes you happy. And for some people, it's that.
Yeah, I think as long as you're happy and your quality of life is good.
Yeah, definitely.
Then, and you're not like, what's it called? How do you say that? You're not damaging other people.
Right.
I think
worrying other people with your way of living.
Yeah, like for example, if you're living with a family member and they're paying for everything for you to the point where you're kind of like a liability. But you're living comfortable, like you have internet, you have food, you have everything, and you're very content with how you're living because you're comfortable.
Right.
But someone else is working their butt off for you. I feel like you're a liability at that point.
Right.
And in that moment, it's like, like if you're a burden for someone, if you're making other people's quality of life worse, then you gotta work on that.
Yeah. I wonder about this person though, because they also say like they have zero human contact outside of being online. So kind of doubt that they live with somebody, or like they're pretty much
I'm assuming I'm assuming they probably just have a job and that they can do from home or something.
Yeah.
And that they are taking care of themselves, but that they just don't really have many IRL friends and mostly just online friends, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a perfectly fine situation.
Yeah. It's a lot to cope with. I hope you can like talk with your online friends about these things too, though. don't keep this for yourself. You know, you don't have to face this yourself, and it will feel better to share it bits by bits. Not like immediately, probably. Don't expect too much of it, but
Yeah, no.
it's good to have people around you, even if it's just online. But yeah, to accept you who you are. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, and again, like every situation is different. I just like mentioned a few as an example, but
yeah, definitely.
do
We don't know all
things
the circumstances here.
Yeah, we don't know all the circumstances. We don't know all the details, but you know, just do things that you feel like works for your situation. Oh, it's Ray Dono. Oh.
Okay, let's hydrate a little bit.
Sip.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay. So we have a few more submissions. I don't think we can go through all of them. Is there any you would like to do as a last one?
Let me take a peek. Maybe the last one?
The last one. Okay, let me put it here.
So I feel like the other one had points that we already kind of went to.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever had to admit to someone you were close to that you were going through something like a deep depression? How did you feel, and or how would you handle it? Example, I had to admit to a doctor that I was suicidal right in front of my mom, and I felt terrible because I didn't want to worry her.
Oh, that's so rough. It's hard. I swear, it's really, really hard. I've definitely had a really hard time telling my family about how I felt and what I was going through. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story of how I managed to finally get my family up to speed with what was happening to me. I was so overwhelmed with, and I'm not saying that this is what you should do. Don't do what I did. But I'm just saying, like, this is what happens when you don't do it properly, okay? So warning signs. But I was so overwhelmed with everything that was happening, everything that I was experiencing emotionally, that I ran away from home. I ran away from home, and my family completely panicked because think about like this. This is a child that hasn't even slept over at someone because my family was very protective. So I've never slept over at someone. I barely visited friends, right? And suddenly I run away. So my family was freaking out. I was gone. And but me running away was such a shock to my family that they were trying everything in their power to get me back. And at some point, I got convinced to come back because a family member told me that my mom was having panic attacks because I was gone. And so I felt terrible, and I came back. And that was one of the best moments of my life, but also one of the worst moments of my life, because literally my whole family was in my house. And everyone was very emotional because I was gone. I come back, and I basically lay everything out on the table in front of everyone, in front of even like freaking random aunts and uncles that I barely talk to, because literally everyone was there. And so I had to basically lay out all my problems bare in front of everyone, and that was really rough. I hated that moment so much. But I'm still happy that it happened because that was definitely a moment where I could finally progress more with my family, and we could actually finally talk about everything that I was going through, and we could finally work towards betterment. But if I could go back in time and do it the proper way, how I would have wanted to do it, I think I would just find how I would do it now is I would find one person that I feel very safe with, that I know would be okay with whatever I'm telling them, whatever I'm gonna tell them, and I would then have that person join me when I'm gonna tell about my problems to maybe my mom or something, so that they can kind of like support me through it and support my mom through it. Yeah, so basically don't do what I did, but if I could redo it, I would add someone to the equation to help me feel safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds very good. I like that. You have someone on your team. You don't feel alone, and if you cannot talk at some point because you get overwhelmed by feelings, or worst case, like the other family member you're trying to talk to is like not listening properly, then the other person can step in and try to calm, be like a mediator at some point too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that approach.
Yeah, that's how I told my mom that I was gonna move to Germany. I told my brother first, and he was like, okay, let's tell mom together. Like we actually took steps. Like I told my brother first because I knew that he would be most okay with it. Like I knew that he would support me through anything. So I told my brother first, and then we told my sister together, and then like the three of us told my mom.
Wow.
And because like two of them were already okay with it, my siblings, that definitely helped my mom accept it a bit more.
Right. Like,
yeah,
she has a lot of respect for your siblings, and respects like if they are okay with it, then I should overthink my way of thinking and also be open for it. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that was like running away definitely left a lasting impression on your family.
Yeah.
I guess in that situation it was just the best wake-up call. I think everything happens for a reason, and because of that event you guys got closer.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not a good thing.
Definitely don't recommend it still,
No.
but like I'm happy things went how they went. But yeah, it was just very intense, and I don't wish that upon anyone. Did you have anything like this that you had to deal with?
I was not close to my brother during my childhood. And I feel like at some point, because of certain events, I opened up to him, I guess. But it was more like, I guess that moment was just, I didn't have a choice. I was just desperate. There was no one else, and he was the only one there, and he took care of me. Yeah,
that's really nice. I'm happy that you guys have a really good bond now.
Yeah, I feel like ever since then, um we got closer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, but I definitely still cannot open up to my parents.
Right.
But yeah, Falcon just tried to talk to me. Very calmly, calmed me down. uh,
Oh, I can tell it makes you a little bit emotional.
I guess I never talked about this before. Uh, um, I
Okay.
think it's even if it's just one person, then you have an ally like Mango said.
Yeah. Like,
You don't feel alone, so isolated anymore. So I definitely recommend it, but of course it has to be somebody who's like who you can trust. Don't do it to a stranger.
no,
Like Mango
like
did to me.
definitely.
But it was less personal. I mean it was personal, but not like that. You know,
It
like
wasn't. It
not
was
like
yeah.
oh hey I'm suicidal.
Like no, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, it was. It was. I was. Yeah, it was not that personal. Still personal, but not that personal. But yeah, definitely have someone
Yeah,
that you trust and is in your corner and will always be there for you. And this could be anyone. It doesn't have to be a family member.
maybe just your best friend.
Yeah.
Even if it's like your online best friend, you don't want to like personally talk about it, speak it out, maybe type it out. I feel like typing helps me out to sort out my feelings a lot because you can only type at a certain amount of speed, right? Like, okay, there are some really insane people here who can type very fast, but I mean, like, you can think way faster. So typing automatically slows down your thinking, and yeah, I feel like that helps. Just to slowly progress and maybe you want to go over it again, read it again, add a few things. You know, a lot of times you just type and then wait, there's also this, and you just keep changing.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps me out to sort out my thoughts.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like, I think when you speak, it can get a little bit, not you in general, but like
Yeah,
when people speak, it can get a little bit cluttered. Like you're just saying whatever pops up in your head, and when you're typing, everything feels a lot more organized.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
easier.
But yeah, it's hard though to do that. You're forced. I mean, if I don't know if this example is true for this person. I hope not. Probably not. It's just an example, right? But just, I hate that you're forced to say things just because
When you're
like,
not ready for it
yeah.
yet.
No.
Yeah, that's.
But
That's
at the
rough.
same time, there's not really a thing like the perfect time
No,
to talk about it.
that's
Sometimes it's
definitely-
also good to force it out of somebody, right?
Yeah, honestly, you're so right. Like there really isn't a perfect time, like, or anything like this. Like if you were gonna tell this person anyway at some point, you know, then at least now you've done it and you're rid of it, and now you just gotta deal with the aftermath, I guess. But I think I do understand not wanting to worry people, not wanting to like make them worried about you. But in the end, what I always do, and what I feel like applies to a lot of situations is if someone came to you with this, or you knew someone was dealing with this and they told you about it, like how would you respond? And I feel like most of us would want to know if one of the people we care about was going through something like this. And I apply that to a lot of situations. Like, that helps me not feel like a burden, because I just try to place myself in the other person's shoes. Like, oh,
Right.
if someone came to me with this, I would want to help them. I would try to be
Exactly.
understandable. I would, I'd be happy that they shared it with me.
Yeah, please
So-
share these things before it's too late, because once people
Don't-
reach like our past the point where they can talk about, they just do it, and then
and
they
then
are
it's too
unable
late.
to think about others. But when you're not there yet, and just approach people, please, because there are definitely people who care about you.
Exactly, and don't let things build up and then explode, and then you run away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
That was intense today.
Yeah! Oh my god.
Wow.
It was intense, but also kind of therapeutic.
I feel like I'm in therapy here with Dr. Mango.
Yay!
We need more sessions with Dr. Mango.
Dr. Mango here to help, and I'm also a great father figure. I'll take great care of all of you.
Mom and Dad are here for you.
Yeah! Mom and Dad, we're here. We're gonna be your therapist.
Yeah. Do you have anything left to say, Seekers, chat? Anything you would like to add? Anything
Anything
we
you wanna
left out at the last
get off
point?
your chest?
Yeah.
Aw, thank you, Jendo.
Hehe.
Are
Will
they
this be
talking
covered? Insurance. Oh, well, we should definitely apply. Maybe we get the money from different countries.
I want 2 granola bars and some peanuts, and that's the payment.
I just want ice cream.
Nuts. Yummy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Will there be
you.
a VOD? Yes, there will be a VOD. Don't worry. Okay. Well, yeah, as we said earlier, there are more submissions. We're gonna go through them another time. I guess next time. I don't know. Will it be with Mango? Will it be with somebody else? I'm not sure. But that topic will definitely come up again. Well, there are just so many things to talk about, so please look forward to the next episode of Halcyon. This time we had Mango here as a guest. Thank you so
Yay!
much for coming. I had an amazing time with you and sharing these experiences. I learned so much more about you.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
I feel like I really have to work on myself.
we both have to work on ourselves.
Yeah,
But I think you're doing great.
you too. You're amazing. I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you so much for all your messages. I hope you had a good time. And oh gosh, I do have to rate somebody.
Oh!
Can I, Mango? Can you please choose somebody, because I don't have my browser open. So just tell me somebody to rate.
Okay. No pressure, right?
No.
Oh, I know who we can rate. Okay, so this person is one of my favorite streamers, and she's
Ooh.
super nice, and she's beautiful, and very talented, very hardworking. I think you all like her very much.
Mhm.
Wait, let me just type. Wait, I'll just say her name. Her name is wait, how do you pronounce this?
Just send me.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just send me
It's yeah, no, it's pronounced Fuyumi Toba.
Okay, I'm just gonna end stream. Okay, thanks. What is that? What a bad taste.
Yeah, please check out their channel. Wow, they're amazing.
They're live right now, but they're gonna end soon, so we should rate
Yeah, they
somebody else.
Okay. I mean,
Can't believe you pulled that. You did that to me.
I genuinely thought you would have like
No,
you knew what I was doing.
no. I was like, okay, I love to support you, friends. Like, who am I gonna meet? I'm like, okay, I wanna know. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Got him. I mean, we could maybe rate Teru because I think she had like an anniversary.
Oh, okay. Aoteru, right? Or is there anything else? I think the name's just
Yeah,
Aoteru.
no, I think Teru. I don't know if she's still doing anniversary now, but
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming, Seekers. Let's I guess if it's the anniversary, let's wish Teru well and congratulate her.
Congrats.
Yeah. Let's go with some positive vibes. Let's go. Thank you
And
so much for
dishwasher.
watching. This was Fuyumi and
Mingo.
thank you so much for watching. See you next time at Halcyon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care of you.